Hello, hello, welcome. All right, I'm going to make this tower design, make the brick marks on this before putting the top on this. So let's start. Hey, Red, happy Monday. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm good. I wasn't well last week actually. Couldn't stream regularly. Now I'm feeling much better. How's the weekend? How's everything going at your end? Yeah, just under the weather. Like the monsoons start 1 month early here, so it's like many people were falling sick. It feels good to be back to normal routine. Oh yeah, similar. I had cold and fever, like everything. So both cold and fever. Cough, not coughing actually, but yeah. Oh boy, that's really bad. I had that post fever weakness as well, along with the cold, so it was like unbearable to sit or talk or do anything. Like there's a weird muscle ache after fever. But how are you doing now? Like I hope you're like better today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes time to get recovered from that cold and all. It stays in the body long for longer time. Hmm. Yeah, at least you did some stretches. That's good. So it won't be possible to work out during you're not feeling well. This is a tower for the Nosferatu. This so I'm sculpting those brick design, and then it goes here like so. So slowly I'll be sculpting all those bricks here on all the spots, and then yeah, the circular tower, and then slowly build up everything. Then it's ready to paint. I've been installing on all this for a while now. I just want to get done with it before I before I start getting bored with it. Oh, I was just about to ask you how's the sculpting going? Other than you sculpt yesterday, it happens to me that I started working on it. Then I realized I had done some boundaries and like is it a sketch phase? Okay. So what are you sculpting now? Like a bust? Oh, okay. So no sketch. If you can draw, you can at least like draw it on paper to see how it looks. Okay, cool. What do you think you did wrong? Like anatomically, proportionally, what do you think is wrong? Oh, okay. Okay, so I back of the skull seems wrong, you said. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But the overall volume should look proper. Even if you cover it with hair, the bulk of the skull still shows through. So what was your process before, like for sculpting that head? Like you just you use aluminum foil as a base and then directly sculpted a face on that. How did you do it? I'm asking because for this guy, I just actually I was practicing like sculpting a skull, actual skull. So this was a skull initially. Like after I baked the skull everything, and then I decided I'll make something like by putting some muscles on the skull, and then I started this like sculpting this guy. But the base is skull already. That's why I was asking like how you approach it. The camera is dancing. Oh, okay. What's happening? Oh, it's that guy. Okay. I got it, got it. But he doesn't have any like definite shape for his skull, right? It's just a wooden something like a plank in the front, and then all fluff. Oh yeah, just round and just they have a wooden slab in front of the face. Like we have to decide what should be the basic basic shape underneath that fur. I guess the torso part is pretty easy, like shoulders and everything is easy. Just the head part is very puffy, you know, doesn't have any definite shape to it. So it just depends how you approach it. Mm-hmm. How you're like trying to approach the fur sculpting part. Mm-hmm. It's shaped and have some spikes around it. Oh, where the hell will be? Okay. Okay, so you are going to make the spikes as a base for more hair. Got it. Yeah, right. You need if and that character has that longer kind of fur, right? It doesn't have short fur. The longer fur needs some support underneath. That's right. It's like challenging to sculpt that longer fur. It's tricky actually. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. Like if you're like stubborn about making it perfect, then it just frustrates you. You know, you just have to go with the flow and just let it happen. I was like that initially. Like I wanted everything to look perfect, but doesn't happen because either we don't have that skill set yet, or we don't know the technique, or it just doesn't, like, it's sometimes things are impossible to replicate in clay. That's what I, especially the fur things, they're really difficult to replicate in clay. That frustrates me the most, and not be able to do the fur properly. Yeah, right. Yeah, like individually, like rolling and sorry, rolling and adding fur, right? The one Christopher does. But be careful while doing that because it looks good when you do it, but most of those extra added hair or those extra added pieces like fall off while you paint. So you have to either like compensate for that and add a few more, or just use airbrush paint. Yeah, because if you are planning to paint it with brush like traditionally, definitely like more than 50% will fall out while brushing it. Chris uses that, applying clay glue over it just to strengthen those extra bits. So maybe try that as well if you're planning to add extra pieces. But in my experience, it always falls off while brushing. Yeah, so you're going to sculpt a full character or just a bust? I'm excited to see that coming to life. Hmm. Lay down in a block, then use a small loop tool. Take away some of the rock laying under. Okay. Oh yeah, like making those basic shapes. Right. Yeah, there are many ways to curl the fur. You just have to try a few. Not 100%, but I would say 90%. Yeah, I had that slight, very slight, you know, weakness feeling. But apart from that, I'm fine. It was worse last week. Like I was feeling like a zombie. And I guess it was like just seasonal, like under the weather thing because of the sudden change. Chicken soup definitely helped me to recover faster, actually. How you recovering, Red, with the cold? I guess. Oh, right. Yeah, you just feel that progress day by day. Every morning when you wake up, you feel the difference. Like for me, the chicken soup and like resting a lot definitely helped. I was sleeping for like 8 to 10 hours, plus taking naps in the afternoon. Yeah, right. Yeah, chicken stock definitely helps. My wife added some black pepper to it, and which like enhances the spice and everything like flows out to your nose. Clears your sinuses and everything. Yeah, I remember you saying that back of your sinuses, you were feeling that sinus getting sensitive. I remember it now. I noticed that definitely chicken soup and even eating chicken helps me every time I fall sick. And also some ginger tea. The spices. I even lost some taste since last 2 days. It's better now. I had this weird taste in the mouth after fever, like that weird sweet taste. Everything tastes sweet. Even water tastes like weird sweet. No, not COVID. Wasn't COVID, thankfully. No, I was feeling the taste. I said it wasn't tasteless. It was like weird sweet taste with everything. I get that sometimes, like after the fever. Maybe because of the meds. So I had to eat all the spicy food and it just went away. Your taste bud gets numb after fever, after a cold. Ah, Yeah, some similarly, I get sweeter taste in my mouth when I get sick. Exactly like, but the taste is weirdly sweet. Even with the water, it feels like sweet. Yeah, I thought everyone gets sweeter taste. Like sour taste was like it was a news to me. Yeah, it's a good response. Like drinking lots of water helps to flush out everything. Hmm. It's taking longer than expected. It's carving. Carving it on a tower is challenging. Okay, now we'll start with the brick design. Just to keep the hand light. Otherwise, it just crosses over and looks bad. Mm. It's going to take a lot of time sculpting all those bricks. Not sculpting actually, but carving out. Hmm. At least this is looking better. Brick by brick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there are many in India, like yeah, legends and all. But exactly, what kind of legends are you looking for? You mean like demonic or like scary or angel like god-like figures? Which area is more interesting for you? So I can tell you. Even I'm into that stuff, like legends and mythos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not mythology. That's like we call it ancient history because it's been in our ancient books. So it's basically ancient history of India. Yeah, those Shiva. So we have those three gods like Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva or Shankar. No, 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 nothing like that. Don't worry. So yeah, we have basically three gods, which are the basic pillars of everything. So the the god Vishnu, is a creator. He has created the entire universe, and from his navel, a flower comes out. That flower is lotus, and on that lotus, the Lord Brahma sits. Like he's born from the navel of Vishnu, and the Brahma, he has four heads, and he's just operator. Like he operates the universe. And Shiv or Shankar, he's like destroyer god, which destroys everything which is not supposed to be there. Best viewers. Yeah, so that these are the three basic gods, and there are like if you want to go into deeper, there are the concept of multiverse is also has been mentioned. And just like I explained now, that Vishnu creates universe. So like that's a one pair of god, like Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. They like operate just one universe. So imagine universe is a bubble or just a part. Like they three will operate that one bubble. So like that there are many universes, and each universe has these three basic gods into them. Uh they often like show Shiva is like smoking, smoking some weed and stuff. Yeah, I know that. Actually, some devotees of Shiva they do that. Like they smoke weed and stuff and meditate. So that's why that concept came out. Not cool god at all. It's like he's like calm most of the time, but when provoked, he's very dangerous and he gets really angry and he opens his third eye and just like burns everything. So otherwise, not provoked, he's deep into the meditation state. He doesn't disturb anyone. He just keeps it keeps it to himself most of the time. Hmm. Mostly, most of these days, people don't read any of these ancient books. That's the issue actually. No, not even Hindu people. Like, I'm not talking about those who don't know Hindu culture, but even Hindu people don't read the ancient books. That's the problem. That's why they are not clear about the concepts and everything. Yeah, but so these are the basic three gods. Oh yeah, there were many battles actually. I remember someone was asking me like, will I be sculpting any of those, like streaming and sculpting like Hindu legends or anything? So yeah, definitely it's like interesting. There is a minotaur like uh I won't call it a beast, but a being, which is a hybrid of which has a head of a bull and body of a man, similar like minotaur, and like Shiva rides him, like he carries God Shiva on his back. So that's one hybrid being. Like we have many of these hybrid beings, like head of an animal and body of a man, kind of things. So I'll tell you one story. Like the Lord Vishnu, who is a creator of universe, he has taken many incarnations since the beginning of time. So his first incarnation was in a fish form. So he was in fish form in that incarnation. And interesting thing happens on the second time, like gods and demons, who are basically, I guess, they are brothers, I guess, like cousins. So the gods and demons, they start stirring the ocean. And to stir the ocean, they need a mountain, like a big mountain, which is called as a Meru mountain. And to keep this mountain onto something, they were like wondering how should we keep this mountain, like, while churning as a base, like to just churn the sea like this. So Lord Vishnu take, took a form of a giant turtle. So these gods and demons just place that mountain on the back of this turtle, and they take a big snake. It's called as a Vasuki, which is like a word snake serpent. It's just like biggest and longest snake, and they just wrap it around the mountain and they just start churning the mountain and the sea. And from that sea, the 14 divine things come out. Like all kinds of 14 things come out. That's one story. Then there is one story of a devotee of Vishnu who is born in a demon family, but he's a loyal devotee of Vishnu. So he just like constantly chants his name, like Narayan, Narayan all the time. And because of that, his father is angry. And his father is the demon who got a boon from from God Brahma that no man or a beast can kill him, and he cannot be killed by any weapons. He cannot be killed inside his house or outside his house. He cannot be killed in the morning or nor in the night. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, many of these stories have like many things in common actually. I'll tell you when we get in the flow. So yeah, this story is, so this devotee of Vishnu, whose name is Prahlad. This Prahlad, he's just a kid actually, and he starts chanting the name. all night, all day. So Vishnu is like very happy with it, and he is very protective for his devotees. So his father has this boon from the god Brahma, and so he has become very arrogant. The father, his name is Hiranyakshipu. He's a monster, like he's a demon. Oh, okay. I'll pause it there. Let's wait ad to finish. Oh, thanks. I'm just being careful about it. Like I missed a few here and carved it on side. Slow and steady process. Even the concept of Thor or Zeus is similar in Hindu religion. We have a god named Indra. Indra has that power of lightning. He carries a weapon which can generate electricity, or which he uses that to weaponize electricity. But it's similar to Thor or the Zeus, same way. And he's king of gods like Indra, and he's a god of rain and thunder and everything, which sounds very similar to Thor or Zeus. Maybe people are seeing the same entity all over the world and just name them differently. If you see, even Japan has gods similar to Hindu gods, and some of the Sumerian gods are similar to Hindu gods, like Vishnu and Shiva. They just have different name and slightly different appearance or design, but basically they all do the same thing, which is strange if you see. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting to see if you see in scientific way, like I believe these were like hyper intelligent beings from another realm or another world, whatever we can call. They just like appear to guide people on Earth. It seems like that from the descriptions. Like I used to watch that ancient aliens, and they had this theory. It sounds crazy in the beginning, but if you see, it kind of makes sense sometimes. Like, yeah, and sometimes people just like want to, you know, they don't have explanation for some phenomena, so they just describe this as a godly thing or just God. That also happens sometimes. Wait, it looks like bricks, right? Mm. Yeah, started looking nice now. I was always interested in like mythical or supernatural beings since his childhood. So I'm just constantly on a lookout for anything new, interesting, interesting beings. Oh, you know anything interesting in those? I know Norse and Greek have like they have like very rich history of gods, beings. Yeah, I was similarly I was looking into the Sumerian gods, and they some of those gods were giants actually, and even they have the family tree, right? The Greek and Norse gods, which makes me think like they are just hyper intelligent species from another dimension or another realm. Oh yeah, Pandora and Pandora's box. Hmm. Yeah, I only know the story of like Pandora opens the box and different kind of beasts just fly out, but I never read about what kind of beast or what exactly happens. So be definitely interested to see what exactly it is. Yeah, even intimate things are mentioned here as well, like in Hindu mythology, in some parts, in some stories, so which makes you think, really think, like, why would a godly being need to get in intimate unless they were like just beings from another world? You know, that interbreeding part with human thing, human beings, human females, as it has been in everywhere, like in every ancient history it is mentioned, which really makes you think, actually. You know, abduction, and even we have like mention of time traveling thing or time dilation, like Interstellar. Like there is an interesting story. You know, so there was a king and he had a daughter who was very beautiful, and like, she was very smart and beautiful. So that king wanted a good husband. Like he was looking out for a good husband for her, but he didn't find anyone on earth that capable of like match up to her intelligence and beauty. So he visited God Brahma in the we we call it Svarglok, but basically it's a different dimension. So he, along with his daughter, the king, went into that dimension or that planet. I'm not sure what exactly what is like the location, but yeah. So the king travels to meet God Brahma, and Brahma is like he at that moment the Brahma is busy, so he asked king to just wait for few minutes. So the king waits for a few minutes, and when as soon as God Brahma becomes free, he calls in the queen and asks like king and asks back why he's here, what he wants. So the king explains like I have a daughter who is very beautiful and intelligent, and I'm looking out for a suitable groom for her. So the Brahma tells him like while you were waiting here for few minutes, thousands of years has been passed on the earth, and all the qualified kings, other kings or like prince, they have died already because of thousands of years has been passed. So now the what 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 will you do now? So so Brahma suggests some some new king, which is after several thousands years. So that king again travels back to Earth, and he finds that he was telling the truth. Like thousands of years has been passed, and all the known kings and their generation have died, and there are some new kings there. So he marries his daughter to the whoever is available, which is a actually funny story, but it kind of dwells into that interstellar time dilation thing, you know. And also there is one entity who can travel in time, like in past, present, and future at the same time, like which can see everything happening at the same moment, like events of past, present, and future. and even he can visit everything, but he just visits. He can't change anything. He's just a viewer, and he just carries the message or informs, but he can travel and be present at once. Europe only, yes. As an interesting. What's the story? Go on, I'm listening. So he's a Greek or Norse god. I guess it's Greek god. Oh, god of fire, which I can add a home to like. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happens next? Interestingly, even Hindu ancient texts have mentioned that there is a god of love and god of sex. So it's in every known ancient religion. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, so what this being is actually Ir- Irkothonius, if I'm pronouncing it right. Serpent child. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So he's fully serpent, or is he like a part serpent and part human, or like demigod, part serpent, part god being, I guess. Even if stories are not similar, the characters are very similar. Oh, okay. King of Athens. Yeah, demigod like half serpent and you know what you call humanoid serpent kind of a hybrid. Yeah, even we have beings called like Nag. Nag means serpent, and they live in underworld or deep into the sea. They are basically like a hybrid of serpent and gods or a humanoid, but they're not like humans. They're like serpents. They can live underground or underwater. So they are not considered as a god, but they are like serpent people. You can say in simple language. Is Naglok. Like many of these things are similar in description. Just origins are different. Even we have a story of a head transplant. You know God Ganesh, right? So that's the head transplant story actually. Head, not hair. Head, head. So basically, this is a God Shiva story. The Shiva, his wife Parvati, she like she creates a son using a sandalwood paste and like makes him alive and tells him to guard the palace while she's taking a bath. So this son stands outside the palace and guards the palace, and Shiva doesn't know about it. Shiva, he's on like he's outside like doing some work, and he returns back and sees this young boy guarding his palace. No, so the Shiva he gets angry. Like, who are you to like? Why you're not letting me go into my own home? So he says, my mother has asked me to guard this palace and don't let anyone enter. So Shiva really gets angry. He's a, he gets angry very quickly anyways. Like he's infamous for that, like getting angry. So Shiva gets angry and just opens his third eye. No, sorry, not third eye. He just like beheads this young kid god with his trident, and his head like just vents off somewhere. Like they couldn't even find the head. So as soon as his wife Parvati knows about this, she just comes out crying like, "How could you kill your own son?" And she was like, "I don't know. I didn't know that you created him as our son." So he gets furious and asks him to like just make him alive again. I don't know how you do it anyhow, but just make him alive. So Shiva sends his soldiers into the forest and tells them like, whatever you find at the first sight, like any animal, any beast, anything, you just cut his head off and bring it to me. I'll use that head to make this guy alive. So they found an elephant. They just cut this head off and they bring that head to Shiva, and Shiva just joins the head, and makes that guy alive. So now he's known as God Ganesh, Ganpati, who has an elephant head and a human body, and he's also hyper intelligent being, and he's a warrior god actually. He basically he's a leader of army, Shiva's army, and he defeats many demons like successfully. He's undefeatable basically. No one can defeat him. Yeah, he's a very famous and very loving god in Hindu religion, the god Ganpati or Ganesh. So that's his origin story. like first head transplant, and he fights many wars with demons. He's like fearless and undefeatable god, and also very intelligent god. We have many of such beings with animal head and human body, which is not which is very common in Hindu religion, having such gods and beings. It looks good. I need to clean this. Maybe I missed some. Oh yeah, that all the dark wash just settles in those crevices will be satisfying to watch. This is like most detailed piece, which will be fun to paint actually. All the highlighting and washes will be fun. Yep, thank you. Funny thing is, I was planning to make it make it simple in order to finish it faster, but I ended up like making it more complex for me, carving out all those bricks and everything. But it turned out good. Like I wanted to experiment with baked clay and carving on baked clay, how it looks like. It gives this realistic feel. difficult to achieve in while clay is not baked. It is deep. The texture looks good actually. Alright, it's all cleaned up. Here's the final version after the cleanup. Looks good. Okay, the one part is finished. Similarly, you have to looks out. Oh, I have to carve in the windows as well. But later. Let's determine where to carve out windows. This side looks good to me, like from front. On this height. Make a window. Two windows. Now we'll just cut this part out to make a window. I'm just starting with the smaller ones first. See how it looks. Hey, hello, you. Welcome. Welcome to the Romanian castle making. How it looks. How are you doing? I saw the Wonder Woman post on Instagram. Like it looks like a 3D printed 3D printed figure. You really did a great job, Lou. I'm looking forward to see the painting stream now. Hey, thanks for the texturing. Take it as a compliment. Looks really like clean work. I made it like in a good way. 3D print means like the quality of work is really top notch. You know, looks professional and clean in that way. I said 3D print like I really like the way you have done everything like precisely and carefully. You know what catches the eye? That leather skirt really looks like impressive, and the face like definitely looks good. But since I'm more into textures, I just that part caught my eye most. That leather skirt. What can be boring at some point in the painting process. Yeah, your skills are like your skill set went from here to here with that sculpture. Several levels up with a single sculpt, which is really impressive. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't look boring because it's not actually 3D print, but I meant that by looking at the quality of clean, smooth work in that sense. Maybe I should rephrase it. It's looking professionally sculpted, like a sideshow collectible style. Yep, definitely. Yeah, now I'm relieved. I can sleep peacefully. So when you are going to start the painting phase for that? Oh, you have ordered it? Which company? Oh, okay. Pengates. Pengates. How to pronounce that? I can't pronounce that. Pengs. Pengda. Okay. Pengda. Better. Oh, I finished this grumpy guy, and hopefully this time I'm making it properly human-like. See what you think. No hollow cheekbones. Just making him. Thank you. Grumpy looking. And I had to do major surgery on this also. Like this part was looking really short, so I had to cut down everything, took out everything, foil, all the foil inside, and just redid all that legs. Now he looks more into proportion, I guess, for the legs. Yeah, because I don't know why, but the knees were like looking like the shorter than the legs. The legs were looking too long and short knees. Like it was looking weird. And I had everything like measured. I had drawn the figure properly with measurements. Even even measured everything with this, and still it looks so wrong. I don't know why. So I was like, I'll just cut everything open and resculpt. And it mostly happens in the legs for some reasons. Weird. But now I'm like happy about this. Yep. Even I have same exact issue with the wizard guy. The legs are looking like the femur looks too long and knees look shorter. Something to do with hip joint, I guess. These are the two windows. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, right. Same thing happens with me. Looks like we are like syncing with that error. Lower knee, longer femur. I don't know why it happens. And then everything looks like an ape. Like shorter knees. I was so confident this time, like I have measured everything properly. Even the wire armature is measured and everything, and still that happened. Yeah, right. Even I had to do that. Leg extensions. Oops. Yeah, this way is better. I'm going to hide all those imperfection with vines and moss. Like, mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my like idea initially. Like, I wanted to give it a try. And it also looks, like bricks. Oh yeah, definitely best work of Lou till date. Latest and best. I'm excited to see the paint work actually. That shiny metal, the what it's called, armor, metal armor. Hmm. No, photos are looking good actually. Lou. Why you're not happy? Photos are really looking good and clean. Yeah, and of course after painting it would look even more attractive. Yeah, doing airbrushing on stream like it needs a wider view, right? And the phone camera has this small box view, which is going to be a problem. Or you have to keep the camera far away. Not far away, but comparatively away to capture that wider part. When we have that, exhaust installed. Hmm. Yeah, so you can just make a box out of cardboard, temporary box. Like Everything gets collected into that box. That would that would at least control the spread of that paint flying around. Like a makeshift box, like this small box. You can place it like and paint out of cardboard. Like, do we need mask while doing that spray painting? I have seen many people wearing masks. And I have also seen many people are not wearing anything, no mask, no exhaust, and they just like do it like a. Don't have to worry about anything. Hmm. Oh yeah. Painting skill skin will be difficult actually on stream because even painting painting alone gives me anxiety. Like even if no one is watching, I still get anxious. Imagine doing that on stream. Oh yeah. Like I still remember painting the gnome. I was like getting worried like a kid, as if like as if someone is going to like, punish me. But thankfully it turned out good after second attempt. The second, not second attempt, actually in the first attempt. I wasn't able to like, mix the skin color right. Yeah, that was the issue. Since I don't have any pre-made skin color, which is a headache to make a consistent tone. It will be fun this time. I'll be painting and making base on everything on stream. Going to be messy and fun. Have you been like documenting anything, Lou? Like recording anything separately for the Insta, the process. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, it's a headache to, document, record, and then edit for reels. I just totally stopped doing that since I started streaming, but somehow I feel that's important because the Insta is like inactive because of that. Maybe I'll post a photo or something like like a WIP, work in progress, just to keep it alive. I don't know which part is more stressing, like streaming or making reels on Insta. I feel streaming is easy. You just sit and do the work. You don't have to worry about anything. Hopefully, their AI could help, like make reels automatically from the stream footage in the near future. That would be so helpful. Oh yeah, exactly. And it takes so much time just for just for a couple of views and likes. Like I never got anything beyond 30 likes on a good day. Unless I like we hire someone professionally to do all that work. Even like hiring anyone wouldn't make sense because we are not getting paid for it yet. Yeah, yeah, it takes time. That's the main issue. It takes too much time to edit the video. Like and that annoying thing of like making the reel shorter for the shorter attention span, which annoys me a lot. Like why I'm forced to do all that, show all my work in 10 seconds. Even though you can make longer reels, but still people wouldn't watch that. Like, people just watch like initial 5 seconds, you just scroll up. What's the point? All that hard work goes up in one scroll. Oh yeah. Yeah, actually at least like pics are the easiest option. I feel like you post a pic, people at least see it. Like you don't skip that pic. Like you at least feel seen by someone instead of making a reel and just to get it skipped. Like if I like someone's work, I at least make efforts to stop by and comment and like appreciate all that work. But mostly most of the people don't do it. They don't. Yeah. The more it'll just keep swiping, just dig into the art. But I don't think so. 99% of people don't have that patience of like stopping by and checking everything you have posted. Even if you post a couple of pics, people will see the first and second pic. If they find that interesting, they'll swipe to next and next. Still, yeah, right. Most of the people don't understand what we do. Even do you think even we understand what we are doing? What are we doing? Oh yeah, yeah. Only people in the same category they understand, like artist, and that's why the artists appreciate artists. That made me laugh Most of the people don't understand what we do. Even we don't understand what we do. Why we are doing this? What are we doing? Makes no sense, right? Oh yeah, 80% of the time, it's only artists who appreciate the art of the other artist, and very rarely like normal people. By normal, I mean non-artist people appreciating art. Like those who appreciate and understand art are already artists in some form. You should be having that eye, for things to appreciate art of someone's art. Definitely red. Yeah, and normal. That's true. Indeed, indeed. Normal people can't do art. We have that hyperactive right brain. Exactly. Why do even I need to buy anything when I can watch or buy a print, like a poster? Ultra normal people don't even care about art, like don't even care about buying anything. We have that all categories of people. The first question my relatives asks or friend asks when they see my art, like, who buys it? Like, who cares to buy this? Why are you even doing this? Like, are you getting paid? Which is a valid question though, like logical question, but I don't have any answer for that. I just do it because I want to, as of now. Even if I say yes, yes, some people would buy it. And the next question is like, I'm sure they buy it at very cheaper price. So if art is the eye of the world, then why are people saying AI art isn't art? Yeah, makes sense. I'm sure this argument is like initiated by AI. Hmm. One was AI, and then teacher starting and filling it with official video. Right. I said just post a link on a Discord if you could. Right. I would like to check that. Sounds sounds interesting to me. Like technically, if you see AI generates art by like unethically taking reference from other artists, and if a human does it, we call it as a reference, like getting inspired from or using a reference, like a big, which can lead to a big argument. Oh, okay. So AI is affecting everything, like right from the voice, and now even they can make a convincing video of AI generated humans. So nothing is like left untouched. So don't worry, Lou. Let AI paint your rest of the sculpture. You start sculpting the next project. Abstract and landscape, okay. Abstract definitely looks AI AI to me, anyways. Any abstract art. AI is taking notes now from our conversation. Oh, great. Thanks, Red. I'll check it afterwards. See, this is AI generated and this is human generated. Which one looks good? AI versus human art. Yeah. Even you don't know if I'm a real person or an AI. AI streamer. I was glitching last week. What are your thoughts, Red? The Fall of Painting. I'm definitely going to watch. I find it funny sometimes, like people are arguing over AI, and the other folks are still like putting efforts to develop that AI thing, despite of knowing all those consequences and you know cons of AI. It's like a kid who is asked to not to do things, and he's anyways like does it anyways. Same thing is going for the AI. Like the engineers are developing it day after day, like making it smarter, despite of all those movies and discussions and every potential risks. Kid mentality. Don't do it, so they are going to do it just because they can. AI doesn't stop people from doing art and still be an artist. You might just not be able to make a living off art. That is different. Yeah, that it has been there like anyways even before AI. Like, people will always struggle like making a living of art. Oh yeah, exactly. And don't forget that invisible sculpture that some artist like I would quote sold an invisible sculpture recently for several thousands dollars. Maybe I should start sculpting something invisible. Oh, exactly, it's money laundering. Deepak, what's up? How you doing, man? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, invisible jet. I'm going to sculpt that Fantastic Four lady, invisible lady, for the new and upcoming movie promotion. What's her name? Lucy Liu, I guess. How are you doing, Tipak? How was your weekend? Oh yeah, Susan Storm. Sorry, I just couldn't recall the name. Yeah, Invisible Woman. Next sculpture. I have this armature ready, actually. See, that's the base, and armature is ready. Going to be 12 inches tall. I'll be painting that online. Exactly. My most intricate work. Only available for subscribers. Not everyone gets to see that. Oops, I'm out of the frame. Invisible gold payment. I'll be receiving that invisible payment for the invisible sculpture. Lou lurking. Okay, Lou. Happy lurking. Let's clean this. Better. Better than earlier. Hmm. I'll take a quick break. But ad is running. All right. The ad break is over, and now more sculpting or carving. I will take care of this part, similar to this. So at least this 3/4 side is visible. You play hide and seek. Okay. So Let's get started with this part. Let's remove the tower. Tower looks good even here as well. Okay. So in a straight line. Make these lines really slow and carefully. There's nothing much to do the commentary for this. Just plain and simple line work. But I like the way it turned out. Like a real stone feeling. Lines after lines. Okay, almost over. Since my hand is like now used to making lines, guess I'll finish this straight line work first and start scraping all those vertical patterns afterwards. Looks like I jinxed it. But it will be easier to sketch lines with this guide guideline. This is the back side actually. This side will be most visible. This and this, like what do you call money shot? The money shot side. Okay. Oops, I'm just losing this straight. Getting tired now. Oh boy. I'm trying to carve in vertical lines. This gets very confusing actually. After a while, like I just lost track. I lose the track. Oh, okay, endless carving. Once I finish the walls, the only thing left will be roofs. Like I missed something here. I like this music, like groovy. So just scrape that and making those grooves deeper now with this wire brush. Okay. It's really important to brush your tower. Having healthy brick walls. Cavity-free brick walls. Alrighty. It's been 3 hours and I'm just, oh boy, doing literally brick by brick. Plenty of work left. Now I need to stretch my fingers. Like cramping my fingers now. Stretch break. 5 to 2. Really good. Very nice. Okay, now let's go for the vertical. Maybe I'll just finish up this wall and I'll try it out. Yeah, I know this is not so interesting part to watch. Like kind of boring after a point. It's like day to day watching a wall, talking to a wall, or watching a wall getting made. Wood wood stick stuck in luckily. Maybe I'll paint some moss in that part. Cramps. Crampings. These ages, this really makes a difference. This part. I guess it's time to stop streaming for today and take some rest. This is a pretty monotonous activity to watch and sculpt, but still I appreciate whoever is lurking and watching this, supporting me and my work. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. You're suffering with me watching this. Enjoy suffering with your favorite artist. Okay, that is the final brush for today, and we did pretty much work, got pretty much work done today, along with this tower. Okay. All those walls for Nosferatu. You know, looks good. Let me give some final touches. We'll stop here today. Pretty cool. All those bricks by bricks. Maybe a bad pun, but take it for today. Alrighty. So that's today's progress. Cool. Alright. Let's see who's out there. Okay. Not bad for today after a week, I guess. So I'll continue this tomorrow again. Sculpting remaining bricks. Should I finish the wall? I don't know. Like looking good under perfect lighting. Hey, hi, Major Joey. Thank you. No, that's not base putty. That's polymer clay. All this is polymer clay. This brand I use called Oitra. This one, the Oitra brand. I was just wondering about. Yep, wondering about how to finish all sides. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll try that. Finish all that. But this and this wall is remaining. We start with this wall and then it will be fun to paint actually. All those smaller small details. I'm just like finish it faster now. I had to carve in one more tower like this. Yeah, so yeah, maybe tomorrow morning we'll try that with a fresh eyes and fresh mind. Till then, bye bye and thank you so much for watching, hanging out with me. That means a lot. Overall, this looks better now. The progress. All right, let's see. Let's find out someone to raid. Let's see who's out there sculpting. Support our friends. People seems that that's red blue. See what she's doing. Hey, thank you so much, Major Joey, for the BTs 10 bits. I appreciate that. And I'll see you tomorrow. So much. Have a good day to you as well, my friend.